Building spirituality, family, health, and business. This is the Giant Builders with Lois Wyant.
Welcome, Giant Builders. I am so happy to see you again. It's Tuesday at 2 o'clock, so here we are. And my guest today is Carolyn Linville, in which case she is my personal Rodan and Field representative. So she helps me stay connected with all the great things and helping me stay younger. So I call Carolyn and say, hey, what do I do for this? And she's there. So welcome, Carolyn. It's good to see you today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's good to see you too.
Thank you. So how long have you been with Rodan and Fields?
Since January of 2015, so it's been a minute.
I have to tell you that I love the product. I love what it's done for me. I love the fact that it takes out this area and this area and this area.
Yes.
And funny because my son was home last week, in which case we pulled out his children's albums to show his wife. And we were going through the pictures and I came across a picture of my grandmother, so his great grandmother, with him when he was about 3 years old. And his wife says, so how old do you think she was there? And I was thinking about it. It's like, she's probably like mid 60. And I went, oh my goodness, I'm almost 60. And it just, the concept of the difference between, you know, how much more conscientious we are of taking care of our skin now and looking younger, you know, it's just like, I would not think looking at those pictures, I was about the same, you know, getting closer to the same age that my grandmother was at that time.
Right.
So tell me about Rodan and Field and some of the regimens and things.
Well, in a nutshell, I think it's just the way to age backwards. I have noticed a marked difference in my skin. My favorite story to tell was in my office as a banker. I had a customer who I'd known for years, and he said, and I wasn't a consultant at this time, I was just a client of Rodan and Fields. And my cousin Amy got me involved in using the products because of what it had done for her skin. And this customer says to me, I just love your new hairdo. And I was like, well, I don't have a new hairdo, but thank you. He goes, well, something's different about you. And he goes, well, how much weight have you lost? And I kind of chuckled. And I'm like, I wish, but I have not lost any weight. And then it dawned on me. I said, you know what, Dave? I think it's probably my new skincare I've been using for almost 6 to 7 weeks. And he goes, well, I don't know what you're doing, but don't quit because you look 10 years younger. And I became a Rodan and Fields consultant shortly thereafter and went to convention that year. And I don't recall the gentleman's name, but he was on stage and he said, I got to tell you, ladies, best diet I've ever been on. I just used a regimen of reverse. And I died laughing because that was the regimen I had used and they thought I lost weight. It just totally de-aged my skin. And I had decent skin to begin with. I'd always tried to take care of it. But it did not change my skin, nor did it improve my skin. Maybe it maintained it, but not really. So Rodan and Fields, created by Dr. Rodan and Dr. Fields, Stanford-trained dermatologists, still practice in San Francisco, California. I guess it's kind of hard to get into them, which I can imagine that it is. But they have a couple different reasons for why they created this line of skincare. They wanted people to do at home every single day, morning and night, because what you do at home every day is way more impactful than what you go do once a month or what have you at a dermatologist's office. Not to discount what they do, because obviously they're practicing dermatologists. But they wanted women to take care of their skin every single day because that is where the impact is made. When they created this, it was back, I believe around 2008, but don't quote me. They sold Rodan and Fields in department stores like Nordstrom's or maybe Saks, one of those two, kind of the higher end department stores. And Dr. Rodan always had a dream that her father instilled in her, that women should make their own life, make their own money, and maybe you should be able to do that wherever you want, because you have kids. A lot of women have children. and it sucks to leave them in daycare all day long. So her thing was, let's pull this out of retail. They created a direct consultant program instead of being a direct marketing or direct sales company and find a skincare they want to use. They were a skincare company that decided to go direct sales and have consultants. They don't do any advertising. Everything is word of mouth. We do get a lot of write-ups. So there is a lot of mentions on Rodan and Fields products in a lot of fashion magazines or other women's magazines. And we also, men are our clients too, because our customer base is people with skin. So it's pretty broad. But I just love that Dr. Rodan and Dr. Fields have that mission. They don't do this really to make money, because they were already billionaires because they created Proactive. So they, I just love their mission. So, and they're giving back. So anyway, what else would you like to know? I'm just rambling.
I didn't realize that they were the Proactive people.
Yes, they
Okay.
sold it. They sold it to Estee Lauder, and then they ended up buying it back. And I don't really know where it's at right now. But yeah, they created Proactive.
Okay.
So,
That's what my
and
question-
Proactive is geared more towards very young, like teenagers, and Rodan and Fields skincare unblemished line is more for older women or men that have some acne issues. So different product
Okay.
ingredients.
Well, tell me, how does one figure out what the best product is to use?
Well, the best thing to do is to connect with a consultant who can give you some personal advice. But the best recommendation comes from our doctors directly through our websites, through our solution tool. So you go to the solution tool and you start answering some questions. Basically, what is your primary concern? And then it does let you address the secondary concern, because nobody has just one. Fine lines and wrinkles. My first problem was spots. I had so much sun damage because I'm so fair complected. So you put in your concerns. They do ask several questions, are you male or female? Or they also ask if you're pregnant, because that's also a concern. You want to make sure you're not putting ingredients on your skin that you shouldn't when you're expecting. And then once you answer all the questions, the solution tool thinks, and you get a recommendation from the doctors based on their expert opinion, what product that they primarily recommend. And it's a regimen generally. And then they also recommend some additional things, because I had a girlfriend, she has very dry skin, but a lot of sun damage, and she's very fair. So it recommended reverse, but it also recommended an additional moisturizer for her to use at night because she was so dry. So, and that has really done the trick for her. It's made a big improvement. And it's funny, I have to say I've lost some of my clients along the way for various reasons, but I have some customers that they're just diehard. They cannot stop using it. And when I have been lax for one reason or the other, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can totally tell I didn't use my skincare the last 2 days. And not only in looks, but just how it feels. So I love the skin I'm in.
Well, that's great. Yeah, I've noticed some of my most noticeable things. I've noticed that my pores are smaller.
Yeah.
'Cause of course, I was a teenage acne factory.
Mm.
So my pores are smaller, but okay, so one of the things, and I'm not bragging because I don't know really what beautiful skin really means, but I have had probably like 3 people, and one was a stewardess in an airplane who stopped and said, "Oh, you have beautiful skin." I was like, "Oh, well, thank you."
You do.
So, I'm not sure what beautiful skin really means, but I really give that recommendation or that confidence to Rodan and Field.
Yep.
So,
Well, I think your skin looks very vibrant. She could have said you have such vibrant skin. She used the word beautiful, but you do have very vibrant skin, and your skin looks firm. So, but I know you use Rodan and Fields.
well, thank you. All right, so let's just hit a couple of basics. So let's say that somebody in my position, all right, I'm almost 60, want to fight the wrinkles and the sagging skin. What do you think the computer program might tell me to use?
I would say most definitely Redefine, because you don't have much sun damage, you don't have acne. Your skin's not sensitive and dry. And then we have regimens for all of those types of things. But I would say Redefine would be the number one pick. And whether, I started out with Reverse, I use it occasionally. I go right back to Redefine. It's kind of like we all graduate to the Redefine regimen because it is the anti-aging, anti-wrinkle, firms up your skin. It's also probably going to recommend one of our serums. My favorite right now is our brand new RF serum. It's for overall anti-age. It's going to give you more vibrant skin. It's going to help you fight the fine lines and wrinkles. It's absolutely wonderful. And in fact, I layer a couple of our serums because I love the intensive renewing serum, which has the vitamin C and retinol in it. It's fabulous. So that's probably what it's going to recommend. It's also going to recommend one of our eye creams, either the multifunction eye cream or the intensive hydrating serum for your eyes. And I keep saying this, hydrating. We have 3 products that are the active hydration serum for your face. We have the active hydration for your eyes, and then we have a body hydration. And that was when the doctors created a different type of molecule. And the science is a little over my head, but when you put on a moisturizer, the moisturizer is just simply trying to hold the moisture that you already have. Like when you get out of the shower, your skin's pretty moist. You put on a moisturizer to try to hold that moisture in. It's not moisturizing your skin. It's just trying to keep it moisturized. But the hydrating serums and body hydration actually attract moisture from your environment and continually hydrate your skin throughout the day. And in fact, the one for your face, I only use it once a day because it's a little too much hydration for me. But for some older women who have very dry skin, the twice a day active hydration serum is a game changer for them. They get rid of that dry, flaky skin and the tightness that dry skin brings. So, and red itchiness too sometimes. But yeah, that's my opinion of what it would recommend for someone like you.
Well, thank you. So there also are some really nice little extra things. Can you tell us about some of those?
Yeah, besides the enhancements, which is the I'd say probably my other, I thought if she asked me what my favorite product is, I'm going to have to go by category and say, well, in this category, this is my favorite. But also in Redefine, we have something called the AMP MD system, and it's micro needling. And it's a little tiny roller that you roll vertical on your face, not your eyes. And it's kind of hard to do your nose a little bit. And then you go vertically, you go horizontally, and then you go at an angle. And don't forget your neck. And then you follow it with the active hydration serum, and then the RF serum, and the intensive renewing serum. And the intensive renewing serum, the ingredients in that, you hear about a lot of products that have vitamin C or retinol in them. Once you open that product, once it's exposed to oxygen in our environment, it loses its efficacy. So what the doctors did was they took that product and they encapsulated it. So when you order it, you get 60 tiny little beads. You rip their little heads off, squeeze out the product, and you get a fresh dose of it every single time you put it on. And we have that for the lips and for your face. And I don't like to be without those. I ran out of the lip and I just got it in yesterday, in fact. So I'm anxious to use it tonight. So the AMP-MD system, it creates microscopic damage. You do not see it. It's a little bit prickly, and it tells your body that you've got a little bit of damage. So it sends collagen to those areas. And, you can't absorb collagen through your skin. You have to create it yourself. So that's what creates the collagen, and that's what makes us look younger and firms up our skin. So the AMP-MD system is one of my favorites. And the only thing you have to reorder is the actual intensive renewing serum, the little capsules. And then the serum, the RF serum, absolutely love. And then my other favorite enhancement, which isn't necessary to look younger, but I think it helps, is to have really great lashes. The Lash Boost, I absolutely love it. And in fact, I have to be careful because I'm a glasses person. And if I let them get too crazy, they tend to touch my glasses, and I get a little mascara on my glasses occasionally. But the Lash Boost, you put on at night, you only wear it at night, and it makes your lashes look longer, darker, and fuller. And I would say absolutely does. And in fact, my eyebrows, I don't use our brow defining boost much anymore because I was using Lash Boost on it, and my eyebrows, that I don't have anything on them right now, and you can actually see them without me having to draw. I used to have to fill in the bottoms because they were disappearing. So I'm glad to have my lashes back. I mean, my eyebrows back. So
Okay, I have to order that one.
and you can even put Lash Boost on your brows. So it's amazing. I've had to pluck a little bit more because I don't like the stray ones down lower, but it has totally done it. And in fact, my mother has very light skin, and I was staying with her for a while, and she said, "Did you put my eyebrow pencil on it?" I'm like, "No, Mom, it's Lash Boost." So it was funny. And then the other things that I don't like to run out of is our makeup remover wipes, our eye makeup remover, and our sunless tanner is pretty nice. I use that one before I go to Florida because I don't want to damage my skin by laying in the sun. I do use our sunscreen. It's probably the best that I've ever used. Went on a cruise, did not get burned at all. Wore it every day. It's an SPF 50. It's not a spray, it's a cream, and it doesn't make you feel sticky and pasty. So some other great essential products that we offer.
Another thing that I really like is the foundation.
The Dermacosmetic, the Radiant Defense, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have 10 different shades now. And I'm going to cheat and just look at this for just a second. I use it every day. I have it on right now. And I do not use any makeup at all, like a foundation, like a cream that we used to use back in the day. But the Dermacosmetic, I'm trying to find it in my little handy dandy cheat sheet here. Here we go. I also ordered our wet brush to go with it. We offer a wet brush because it is a liquid. And I have to tell you though, that this perfecting liquid, and it's a tinted dermacosmetic is what we call it. And it helps you defend against environmental aggressors, lifestyle stressors, that can make your skin look dull, blotchy, and dehydrated. So this Radiant Defense, I put it on, and then I put on my eyeshadow, mascara, a little bit of blush, and some lips. And I don't have to wear a foundation. It doesn't clog my pores or fill in. I don't really have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, I have to say, anymore. Thank you, RNF. But the Dermacosmetic Radiant Defense is great. They came out with it a couple of years ago, and it had 6 shades. And I was actually mixing 2 of them together, but now we offer 10 shades. So we can help match up people a little bit better with that tint.
I just want to say that I love the product, and I'll have a link below if anybody would like to go through the little computer idea and like what would be best for you. I want to say too that the product, it lasts so long. It's, it's like, I'm not like saying, oh, every month you have to buy this, but I mean, like 3-4 months, I've had things that I didn't run out of.
Well, in the Radiant Defense, I actually had that bottle last me almost a year because you just don't need much of it. You don't want globs of it on you anyway. And for folks that might be on a little bit of a budget, we do offer a 4-payment plan. You can stretch out your payments over a 60-day period. So you only have to pay every 2 weeks, which matches a lot of budgets. So, and you just set it up when you check out.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's really new.
And then also there's like something that I don't know of any other skincare products, but there's a warranty, is there not?
Absolutely. I can't believe I didn't even mention that when you asked me about it, but we do have a 60-day empty bottle money back guarantee. So if for some reason it didn't work for you, you could send it all back. You do have to send back every single thing that you ordered, and they will refund the money. And I've had clients do that when they, because we do have a preferred client, we call it PC, that you get free shipping every time you order, and you get 10% off, which is worth it. It's $19.95 one time. It's not annual. It's just a one-time fee. And we're going to send you the product every 60 days unless you say you don't want us to, and then we don't. And I had a customer who said, I forgot to go in and say I didn't want it. I'm like, just ship it back. And she shipped it back and got her money back. And that's what I love about our preferred customer program, the PC program. You order when you want to order. It is set up to send you every 60 days, but you go in and manage it. and just move it back a date or delete and change and add products and try different things. So it's a great program. And who doesn't want free shipping and 10% off all the time? And occasionally we do offer specials. Right after Thanksgiving, we had a 20% off. All of our preferred customers got an additional 10% off of their already 10% discount. So, and we offer specials occasionally to help.
Any closing thoughts?
No, it just, obviously you can tell I love the product. I get kind of passionate about it because I do believe it's one of the best. It is probably the #1 skin, premier skincare line in the United States. So, and that's verifiable. And I love it. And I think everyone should use it. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, I will say that I love it too. I love what it's done to my skin, and I love when I have to, which is kind of weird that sometimes I have to show an ID because it's always required, no matter how old you are. And I love it when the person goes, "Oh, you're really that old?" I'm like, yeah. But I'm not real fond of when they say, "Oh, you look great for your age." It's like, oh, that's not the way to say it.
But you do look
Oh,
great.
thanks.
You do look great. Yeah.
Well, I do want to thank you for your time and for sharing about the products. I will say I love the products. And if any of you giant builders would like to try it out, keep in mind it's a 60-day money back guarantee. So if for some reason, which I can't think of what it would be, it's not working for you, you can return it and get your money back. So I'll have a link below, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening. This has been The Giant Builders with Lois Wyant.